Our condolences to all those who lost their loved ones in that grisly and very unfortunate accident. Now, President William Ruto has issued a directive for the compensation of victims of demonstrations and those injured dating back to the year 2017. The program will be coordinated and overseen by his senior advisor on constitutional affairs and human rights, Professor Makau Mutua, and is styled as part of the 10-point agenda in the pact signed between ODM and UDA in March.
In a presidential proclamation published today, President Ruto emphasized the need to compensate the families of those who lost their lives and those injured during protests since 2017. Addressing mourners at the funeral of former Karachuonyo MP Phoebe Asio, the president said the initiative is part of efforts to heal the nation and foster unity.
Today, I set up the infrastructure and the mechanism to pay and compensate all those who lost their lives, those who were injured, those who were hospitalized, as part of healing our nation.
The president noted that the initiative will cover civilians and security personnel who lost their lives or suffered bodily harm during demonstrations and riots dating back to 2017. According to the proclamation, the Executive Office of the President will carry out this mandate in close collaboration with the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Interior. The head of state has appointed Professor Makau Mutua, his senior advisor on constitutional affairs and human rights, as the principal coordinator of this intervention. The special coordination framework will run for a period of 120 days from the date of the proclamation. The program is one of the 10 agenda items agreed upon between ODM and UDA parties through their bipartisan accord.
Those who have died, the families of those who have died will be compensated. And we said we go back to just not 2024, 2023, 22, we go back to 2017.
Families of victims and survivors have welcomed the initiative, saying it will ease the heavy burden left behind by the loss of their loved ones. Njeri Mbogwa, mother to Isamburu, who was killed during the Sabasaba protests, says the compensation will help lift the weight of caring for Mburu's siblings and his wife.
Tangu aage, sasa si ni mimi sasa kujikasa ndio pipi amesienda kazi. Na hakuna mtu ametoka kwa barabara kujua, kwa hivyo hiyo mambo ilinyamaza. Sasa ndio leo tunasikia una ungumu juu sasa kama huu pipi alipaki hapa mpaka sasa ifanye kazi, na ikiwa kuna ndeni ya Hasra Fund mpaka nayo ilipwe, kwa hivyo kwetu ni ngumu.
In Nyeri, Daniel shot in the leg during the June 25, 2024 protests and later forced to undergo an amputation, says the promised compensation could give him a fresh start as he now struggles with the challenges of disability.
Mimi sikuwa naona haja ya kusurvive, sababu sasa unajua ulikuwa umezoea kujitafutia, unapata 1000 yako moja, familia yako una maintain na kila kitu yako unapanga. Sasa umerudi pahali hata kupata 100 ama 200 ni shida.
However, the president's statement did not address those who lost property during the protests. Melita Oletenges, Citizen TV.